10 kills remaining. Only 5 kills left.
Minutes left.
You've got 10 kills remaining.
We've gone ahead. Turn this around, I know it. 5 minutes, plenty of time left.
You got 10 kills left.
They've lost the lead. Taking the lead.
Hey guys, I'm Clint Flair. Welcome back to another Division build video. Firstly, I just want to say a huge, wonderful Merry Christmas from me to you, all my subscribers, and all your families. I hope you have a fantastic time over the next few days. Going into the new year, I hope you really have a fantastic time. Your support, which means absolute world to me, so it's the very least I can do is wish you all a very Merry Christmas. If you may not have noticed, there is a Clint Flair Woo Facebook community. I'm going to drop a link in the description. Feel free to like away. I'm going to post videos in there, short videos, and not just the Division. You'll see some Black Ops, you might see some Battlefield and other bits and bobs as well. So feel free to obviously like and follow the page. Now, let's talk about the build that you've seen for the last couple of minutes. This is my Firecrest festive build for you folks today. Okay, I'm running 6-3 firearms, 5-4 stamina, 4K electronics, and this is a kick-ass Firecrest build, and it does a little bit of everything, and it's a master of all trades, and it does exceptionally well in most situations. So, Firecrest, what's it all about? Let's take a look. Set bonus 2 is plus 3 incendiary grenade capacity. Set bonus 3 is plus 50% flame turret range, plus 30% flame turret damage. Set bonus 4. Firecrest, which your weapon damage increased by 15% against burning targets. So bonus 5, plus 1 incendiary grenade capacity, plus 5% flame turret range, plus 20% flame turret damage. And set bonus 6 is improved Firecrest. Bullets have a 2% chance to cause an enemy to burn. Burning targets can cause a fiery explosion when killed once every 10 seconds. The agent is immune to their own fire explosions. NPCs set on fire by your flame turret will burn 25% longer for every 2,000 electronics. First, This is a PvP build. Don't use this in PvE unless you want to tweak bits and bobs. However, still I'd go down the electronics route for PvE. This for PvP, I've gone down the firearms route. A little bit of balance between stamina and electronics, and this is really strong. It's really good because of the bonuses from set bonus 4 and set bonus 6, which work very well together given you build it correctly. So let's take a look at my Firecrest 6-piece classified build. The chest piece is rolled into electronics with health, a little bit of skill haste, ammo capacity, and the mods I'm rolling with are stamina, critical hit chance. And we go on to the mask, and it's rolled into stamina with crit hit chance, burn resistance, and the mods are stamina health. Onto the knee pads, it's firearms with health, burn resistance, damage to elites, shock resistance. Ideal world, you'd switch damage to elites for bleed resistance. And the mods stamina health and 5% support station healing speed. Onto the holster is critical hit chance, and the mod I have is 5% support station healing speed. Onto the gloves, rolled into firearms with critical hit chance, SMG damage, critical hit damage. Finally, the backpack is rolled into firearms with health and bleed resistance on there as well. And the mods are rolling with stamina health and 2 plus 5% support station healing speed. That's 20% extra, which is quite nice. Now we look at the weapons. First weapon of choice is the house, and it's rolled with unforgiving, deadly, and card counter. What would be a good switch out if you don't have any of these, or you've got one or the other and you need something else to roll onto there? Responsive is definitely a really good option. And have I got this modded? Let's have a look. It's critic chance, rate of fire, and I want to get as much rate of fire on the build as possible to make sure I've got more chance of proccing the 2% bullets to get my enemies on fire, so I can create more carnage. Okay, so critic damage, reload speed, a bit of accuracy on there as well. My secondary, which I only use to get the final kill, has deadly, predatory, card counter, and I use it just to proc predatory to get that little bit of health kick in as well. Now, in terms of attachments, it's critic damage, rate of fire, stability, and accuracy. Okay, let's take a look at the build. 48% on the character sheet for critic chance, 113% crit hit damage. I'm happy with that, and that's exactly where I want to be. 48% critic chance is a very strong place. I have the talent precision equipped, and what that will give me is 12.5% critical hit chance per headshot. Okay, so I get that 12.5% when I pop a headshot for 10 seconds. So that will get my critic chance to 60%. I also gain 25% critic damage, which will get me to 138%, which is a good place to be given this is a bit of a hybrid, mixed up build. It's a very strong place to be, which means you can deal some good damage. One thing I would note well with the build, what you have to take into account, and this is why I built it the way I built it, is because of the set bonus 4 and the set bonus 6 and unforgiving. So set bonus 4, your weapon damage is going to be increased by 15% when enemies are going to be on fire, which instantly that's a great buff. And then you've got the fact that you're running unforgiving and deadly. And unforgiving, again, if you lose one health segment, you'll increase your damage by 10%. You lose 2, it's 25%. And a lot of time, whilst me running with this build, I've used responsive and deadly, which worked, but I had more joy and more fun with unforgiving. So any face tanking that was done where it was me and another guy SMG, but it'd be a nomad or a pred, what would happen is I would win that face tank when they're on fire. Simply because I get the 15% extra damage, and I also get the 25% from unforgiving, so it's 40% damage, which is nice, really nice. So give this a try, set it up how I've set it up, and see how it fares in Skirmish The Last Stand. For me personally, it did exceptionally well. It's a fantastic team build as well. Okay, enough of me waffling on, let's go to the next section. Damage to elite 16%, as I said earlier, if I can remove it from my knee pads I would, and I'll get on there bleed resistance. Skill haste 9%. You've got to give something on the build. There's something you've got to forego, and that was skill haste for me. I opted to go down the critic chance, critic damage route. I've tried this build with both, with high skill haste, less critic chance, less critic damage. it's an okay build, in my opinion. I'm all about crit chance, crit damage. I want to do damage. Yeah. So yeah, you will get your skills back a little bit quicker, and again the flame turret, which is what the build centers around. However, you have that chance to get enemies on fire by set bonus 6, so it's not necessarily needed in my opinion. However, how I've set it up, I've set it to go down the damage route as opposed to the skill haste route, but again that is personal preference to each person. Okay, now in terms of resistances, I have 60% bleed resistance, 50% burn resistance, which is really good, 33% shock resistance. So that's the 3 key resistances I wanted on the build. Ideally would have liked around about 50% bleed resistance, but I haven't, so it is what it is. But it still fares exceptionally well without. Let's go to the abilities. My first ability is the support station. I've got an extra 20% healing speed on there, so I'm going to get that health back in no time, which is really good. That's about just under 4k health points, which is nice. And then you've got the flame turret, which doesn't put out a kick, it puts out a tickle. And you're thinking, why would I want that? Why would I want that? You know, only dealing a little bit of damage. Key is again to keep the enemies on fire, to make sure that the 6 pieces proc in, and more importantly set bonus 4 that gives me that 15% damage when enemies are on fire. And if I'm losing health, I'm gaining more damage through Unforgiving, so it works exceptionally well. So don't worry too much about how much damage you're dealing through the fire, through the flame turret, because it's all about what your weapon damage can do when they are on fire. Now in terms of talents, how I've got this set up, I've gone for critical save, combat medic, which are 2 key ones for me, wildfire, which you have to have equipped. Again, more enemies on fire means more damage you can deal, and are better off of strangling a team from that kind of perspective. Then you look at precision, and that will give you the extra damage via the 12.5% critic chance and the 25% critic damage. So these work exceptionally well together. Other ones that you could choose if you wanted to, you could choose on the move to make yourself a little bit tankier, which is an option. And you've got adrenaline as well, which I do use on most of my builds, but for this I've opted for these 4 because they've served me better. Okay folks, this is my 6-piece Firecrest classified festive build. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like. If you want to see more Division content, please smash the subscribe button. Again guys, you've been awesome this year, you really have, and I'm going to keep delivering next year. There's a big title out in March, we all know what it's called, and we're working towards making that an absolute beast. Okay then folks, I'll see you soon in the DZ. Take it easy.